everyone, and welcome back for I would say Christmas special, but there's not really going to be special about this, except it's coming out on Christmas. So, we're going to get right on into it, but obviously, Merry Christmas everybody, and Happy Holidays. I hope everyone is doing well. We've had a pretty strong 4 or 5 weeks so far, so we're going to really keep this interesting, and we're going to keep everything going into the new year. I don't really have any big plans, so no reason to update anybody, but we're going to kind of just keep going by the seat of our pants. Kind of been doing us good lately. So, Merry Christmas, everybody, and I hope everyone is doing well. Alright, and this is pretty amazing. In all honesty, I really love this thing. This is a blaster from Prickly Nerf Mods on YouTube. He also has an Instagram. And this is something that he had been doing for 3 years before last year when I bought it. So it's been like 4 years now. It is a Crossbow, as you can tell, stock top, which I'm going to put a glow stick in because it's going to look awesome. And obviously it has the top rail. It has barricade parts, which you can tell from handle area. And it is a desolator as well with this grip area. Now, it's flywheel. This has a fly core in it. I've never tampered or messed with anything like this. This kind of all happened when I left the hobby a little while ago. But this thing's really comfortable. I mean, Crossbow, stock, I'm telling you, beautifully made. Beautiful. And it has like the hydro dip kind of style paint. I believe this was done just with a brush though. It looks amazing, and I absolutely love it. I've had it for a little while. I fired a bunch of rounds with it. But this uses Talon mags. I don't have a lot of Talon mags. Maybe I have one in a bin somewhere, but when I left the hobby, I was using katanas. So I needed to find a Talon option, but I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of money on magazines for one blaster. So I made my own magazines. These are 3D printed. I would not use these in a game. Let's just be clear about that. The original file is right here. That is a 3D printed spring, bottom, and the blue follower. These are just some half darts from another blaster, but this is all pretty cool. These are 8s. These are 15s. There's no way you're fitting 15 in that. You could definitely fit 8 in these, but the springs, they're plastic. They're PLA. Even if you try using ABS, I tried, they just get stretched out. But they do work in the blaster, which is really cool. So you can see them there. A little bit of a loose fit from the mag well, but that's just, they're 3D printed, the tolerances aren't perfect. But it is fully functional and full auto, and I love this thing so much. So obviously, you have Crossbow stock top rail, barricade handle, situation in this middle section that I'm not so sure of. This is all sculpted around the flywheel, fly core, and then of course it has the nice grip area, leading to a really nice stock. The battery has a little bit of a weird location. It's in this flap. You can see my battery. This is my 1300 milliamp 2S, and I like the idea of storing the battery in the stock. The only thing I don't like is storing the battery in the stock where it can just fall out like that. So this has little brackets that are put on here, and that's a half. This is a full strife jam door or battery door screw, and it is kind of designed, I think anyway, I'm not sure if this was a point, but it's kind of designed to do that. But these strip out really, really easy. And I'm gonna try a magnet situation here to try and hold on. Because there is a little bit of an issue with, battery falling out, and we don't want that. Even with those issues, this thing is still pretty fun. Until that issue gets fixed, it's really not usable. But it looks amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and fire off this magazine. There's only like 5 darts in here. I have 2 other magazines with just a few darts in them, which I will use for chrono purposes, and give you kind of a rate of fire. So I'm going to take a few steps to my right, your left, and I'm going to shoot at the wall here. You won't be able to see the wall, but you'll at least be able to get the idea. Okay, I am left-handed, so, you know, that sometimes can be more comfortable, but I will do it way for you guys. Pretty quick, am I right? Pretty quick. So, the thing is really cool, and I love it. Just battery location, fixing, maybe Velcro, I don't know. I will figure out a way to get this situation back here done. But yeah, pretty awesome. We're back with the chronograph here, and it'll be a challenge, but we're gonna get this done. I don't know what this is gonna read. I would think Black Horror, you know, 130, 140. But we're gonna find out together as I attempt to line up this barrel. So here we go. All right, we got 2 darts in this mag here. I changed to a 3S. The motors sound happier, but I think we're having a very severe alignment issue, and I am not sure if that was thought of, if that was designed that way, but I feel like there's something weird going on in here. And I've had this open for other issues. Switches get stuck because of the putty, and the shell isn't closing all the way in certain areas because of how things are lining up. That's just a thing when you do big integrations like this. Sometimes that does happen. But it is kind of a mystery to why it's not lined up right. Never point a blaster or anything at yourself while it's loaded. Another lesson there. I'm actually gonna go grab a flashlight. Alright, so after looking, we're a little off-center. It's actually closer to the left-hand half of this shell than the actual barrel is. So I'm going to see if maybe I can line that up with the chronograph. Alright, so being that the flywheels are more on one side, this is not center. Finally! One shot, terrible alignment, flywheels to barrel to wonky mag. 89.6. I know this thing would shoot harder than that. The problem is, with this tight of a chronograph, it's meant for putting the barrel into it, like I've shown before. I don't have one of the, like, the Caldwell big, wide chronographs. Maybe one day, but it's definitely not something that I will be needing soon. But this is really cool, and I don't want to sound like I'm not like crazy interested in it. This is a blaster that I had kind of like knew it existed. Never knew it would come up for sale, so when it did, again, it was kind of a shock. But obviously, it's here, it's present, it's in my possession. But it has its quirks, and its temperamental issues, like the trigger that just sticks. So it does have those issues. Trigger stick, the magwell release is very, very good. How that is carved out and put in there, that is amazing. But for me, I know he kind of intended this to be built as like a HVZ style blaster. It's not with those issues, and a lot of it is just because how things are in here and worked out. But this is a crossbow. I mean, this is a full auto crossbow, you know, situation, which how could you really say no? And what do you do with a full auto crossbow that looks like this and has good performance, good full auto ability, with the potential to be way better? You put it on a shelf. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but this blaster has been directly behind my 3D printer since we started round 3. And it is on a little stand, which is actually very simple. It is a 3D printed magazine, which has been attached to this piece of like plastic faux wood, kind of like they make outdoor furniture out of. But it is literally just attached to that via the magwell. And actually is perfectly stable on its own. And even with all its issues, it is something that you can hose down a whole bunch of half darts with. And again, without the right specific Talon magazines that this magwell is meant for, these have a very wide magazine opening for the actual release mechanism to get caught into. So it does cause them to be too high and maybe too low. There's a lot going on there, but that is my created issue. I designed these, or I printed these off of someone else's design on Thingiverse. And how things are oriented here is just something that I will live with as I continue to have this blaster. But super fun, awesome, prickly, thank you again. I always like getting these kind of like bigger mods, but also using pieces that we don't really see anymore. I just filmed a video and would have posted this last week, or the video I'm going to say would be released last week. It is the Coop 772 / Tiger Foam crossbow. So this is kind of sticking on track, as well as the video before that would have been my full auto swordfish with the crossbow stock attachment, which there's a theme here. I promise it's not going to continue, but I have a lot of pieces of crossbows, including one full crossbow. So again, thank you guys very much for watching. The views have been great. We're doing real good here. I have a lot of really cool things planned, and I want to be able to share them, so let's keep it up, let's keep it going. But thank you very much for watching. Go ahead and drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. I have a really good thought on what that's going to be, but it will be in the new year. So looking forward to seeing you all then. Again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, everybody, and as always, peace out, bros.